Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is March 25th, 2025, and Barcelona are currently rubbing their hands as they watch Trincao's value continue to rise. Also, Barcelona already plotting the contract renewal of Ferran Torres, and finally, it's reported that Barcelona are considering giving Frankie de Jong an affordable release clause once his contract renewal happens. We have a lot to discuss. So let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo and we'll begin this video with the news that Barcelona, or Deco more specifically, is keen and eager to extend the contract of Hansi Flick. Now, Hansi Flick's contract expires in the summer of 2026, and given the great work that he has done, Deco and the board believe that Flick is the ideal coach for Barcelona. He's the ideal coach to continue growing this project, and as such, the club are keen on extending the contract of the German coach, with Barcelona planning to give him a salary increase in order to reward him for the work he has been doing. Of course, Hansi Flick accepted a low salary in order to come to Barcelona. And again, given the great work that he has done, Barcelona want to increase that salary as a thank you for everything that Flick has done with this team. Now, it's reported that Barcelona are still, of course, planning what the new contract is going to look like. And it's reported that the club are thinking of offering Hansi Flick a 1+1 contract extension, which means another year plus another optional year after that. But of course, these details have not been finalized, so don't think that's going to be the final version of the contract. Things could change. But as of now, that's what Barcelona are considering. Now, of course, Hansi Flick has said no contract renewal talks, not because he doesn't want to renew, but right now he is focused on the season. He's focused on his players. He's focused on winning as many competitions as possible. So for now, there's not going to be a sit down with the coach. Most likely that will take place towards the end of the season or maybe in the summer, because again, Flick is currently prioritizing the success of the team over his own contract renewal. Now, on to the next bit of news, because ladies and gentlemen, Barcelona are currently rubbing their hands as they continue to watch the value of Francisco Trincao increase. Now, the 25-year-old attacker is having a pretty good season with Sporting CP in the Portuguese league, having scored 9 goals and provided 15 assists so far. And he's also having a good time with Portugal. In fact, he scored 2 goals in Portugal's last FIFA international break match. I can't remember who they played against. I think they won 5-2, but he scored 2 of those goals. So not only is Trincao doing well with Sporting CP, he's also doing well with the Portuguese national team, and this of course is increasing the value of the player and is also increasing the interest of other European clubs in the player. And of course, this is great news for Barcelona, because they still own 50% of the rights of the player. So the more his value goes up, the bigger it will their cut will be come this summer transfer market. Now, it's reported that there are several Premier League clubs who are interested in Trincao. Most importantly, Manchester United, because who's their coach? Ruben Amorim coached Francisco Trincao at Sporting Braga. Then he brought him back to Sporting CP, so he's coached him at 2 different teams. And of course, now Ruben Amorim is Manchester United, and he wants a Trincao. But Manchester United are not the only club who are interested in Trincao. There's also Newcastle, Arsenal, and they're even saying Manchester City could soon join the race. And it's, of course, great news for Barcelona. The more clubs are involved, the higher the price goes up, because a bidding war starts between the clubs. And, of course, again, the more the price goes up, the better it is for Barcelona, since they still own 50% of the rights of the player. Now, Barcelona received 3 million euros from the loan of Trincao as a loan fee, and then they received 7 million euros for 50% of his rights. So far, Barcelona have made 10 million euros off this player. Hopefully, they can make more. I mean, who knows? If he ends up being sold for 50 million, Barcelona could make 25 plus the 10 they already made, 35. That would recover our initial investment. All right, on to the next bit of news, because ladies and gentlemen, Barcelona are already plotting and planning the contract renewal of Ferran Torres. Now, Ferran Torres' contract expires in 2027. In this season, he has become a super sub, having scored 30 goals so far this season, with 8 of them coming off the bench. Again, making him one of the most reliable substitutes in the entire Spanish league. And of course, Flick is happy with the job that Ferran has been doing off the bench. He's also happy with the fact that Ferran is versatile in all 3 positions. He can play on the right wing, on the left wing, as a center forward. And given the player's performance and his versatility, Barcelona consider that Ferran Torres has earned a contract renewal, and as such, Barcelona are planning to extend the contract of Ferran Torres from its expiration date of 2027 until 2029. Now, it's reported that Barcelona want to keep Ferran Torres' salary at the same level. However, they want to include in his contract some attractive bonuses that would be tied to his performance. So in other words, look, we're going to pay you the same, but the better you do, the more money we pay you. And I think that is a pretty good setup because, after all, Ferran Torres has been disappointing for a very long time. He hasn't been good until this season. So, of course, I don't think he has been doing well long enough to merit a salary increase. So it makes sense to keep him at the same salary, but then give him some incentive, some motivation to do better with those bonuses. And again, if he does earn them, great. That means he's doing great. He deserves the money. And if he doesn't, that means he's not doing that great, and then in that case, it's fine. He's still earning the same salary. Now, I do want to hear you guys' thoughts. Do you think Barcelona are doing the right thing in extending the contract of Ferran Torres? Let me know down below in the comment section. Now, speaking of contract renewals, we will end this video by discussing Frenkie de Jong, because it's reported that Barcelona are now considering giving the player an affordable release clause. Now, as you know, Frenkie de Jong's contract expires in 2026. Barcelona had sent him a contract renewal offer that he ignored for over a year and a half. And Barcelona decided to pull that offer and say, you're not getting this offer, and we're only going to renew you if you come to us and ask us to renew. And then a few weeks later, Barcelona said, just kidding, please renew. They sent him a new contract renewal offer. And so far, the player has not responded to it. But it's reported that this offer would keep Frenkie de Jong's salary at the same, which is 19 million euros per season. Absolute insanity. And it's reported that Barcelona want to include a lower release clause, something around 80 million euros, which would make it affordable for other clubs that want to sign him, because Barcelona now want to turn away from putting really, really high release clauses on players unless they're untouchable, like Lamine Yamal, for example, Pau Cubarsí. Those players are still going to get incredibly high release clauses that no other club could afford. But for players like not necessarily untouchable, like Ferran, Frenkie, they want to give them more affordable release clauses where if, down the road, a club is willing to offer that much, then why not? I mean, 80 million for Frenkie, I don't think it's a bad deal. But of course, I do want to hear you guys' thoughts. Let me know down below. Should Barcelona renew Frenkie? Should they sell him? Let me know, what do you think? Now, it's reported that Barcelona, or at least people at the club, are saying that Barcelona are no rush to extend the contract of Frenkie. They extended a lot of contracts most recently, but as far as Frenkie, they're willing to wait until the end of the season. They want to see what Hansi Flick says at the end of the season, that they're no rush to renew Frenkie. And to be honest, to me, I think this is just the club trying to save face because, again, Frenkie de Jong is making a fool out of them. For a year and a half, he ignored them. They pull the offer back. Then they say, just kidding. Here's the offer again. Once again, he's ignoring them. So I think this is just a way of the club saving face. And I mean, this is what happens when you don't take strong stances with players. They end up walking all over you. Anyways, that is all the news for this video. I did upload another video before this one. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure you check it out. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. And as always, Visca Barça.